All of you type present first. See, today we will discuss another topic, that is filtering entries. Filtering entries. First of all, I am creating the series again. Series, and then I am creating a series with 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, and 6, 6. Okay. So first thing is filtering series, filtering entries. Now, what is the meaning of filtering entries? Means if you are simply printing your list, okay, if you are simply printing your list in that particular case, sorry, series, in that particular case, it will print the complete series. But suppose if my requirement is to print a particular part of it, okay, first of all, I am printing this, then we need to save this, try, and then if I will run this, you see, currently it is printing the complete series. Now my requirement is to print some specific part of it. Okay. So I will be writing the condition. Now how to write the condition? Suppose print obj, I am going to print. Then in square bracket, see, generally we are writing the index number or the range from where to where we wanted to print. No? So what we can do over here, we can write any condition. For example, obj, I wanted to print all the values which are greater than 30. So I will be writing something like this. So it means inside this square bracket, actually I am specifying that which value I wanted to print. Okay. So this is how I am going to specify that this is my series name. Then this is my condition. Condition I am writing in the square bracket, because in square bracket actually I am giving the range. So let us save this and check this. So now you will see more than 33, all the values has been printed. Is this is clear? Okay, we will check one more extra thing here. Suppose I wanted to print the odd values. Obj mod 2 is equal to 0. Let's see whether it is working or not working. See, all the, sorry, not odd, even values, because we have written double is equal to 0, right? Double is equal to 0. If we wanted to print all odd values, then not equal to 0. So see, basically now what this statement has done, that it is retrieving the values from in between the series. Okay, previously what we were doing, a complete range we were doing. Now we are selecting from here. Means every individual element we are checking with respect to this, and if it comes in this category, then it is going to extract and it is going to print over there. This is clear how to print any odd value or filter the values from the series. Okay, then after that next is sorting series values. Our list is actually already sorted. We will be changing this little bit. Sorting series values. This is the next topic. Now how to sort. Suppose I am taking any random values in my list. 66, 77, 55, 44, 99 and 22. Suppose randomly I have taken. If I wanted to sort this, I am having one what to say, a state function, that is sort values function. Okay, so in sort values function we are going to actually write that which from where to where, not from where to where, I'm going to write actually that in which order I wanted to print. If I'm not giving the order, it means by default it is going to print the list in the reverse order, in the ascending order, and if we will give ascending as false, then it will print it in the descending order. Now how to do that? This is my list and I'm going to print it. Obj function is sort underscore values. This is the name of the function, sort values. If you will print like this, okay, it means we have not given anything inside this. So let's see how it is going to work. By default, as I said, it will print in the ascending order. Okay, we have to check this. So this is my original list, and see, this is how it has printed. You can see even the index number. With the index number also you can understand. It means your series value along with the index number will be shown to you in the ascending order. Now, if you wanted to print it in the descending order, we are going to pass one clause, that is ascending is equal to, either we are using false or true. So here we will be using false. Okay, it means we don't want it in the ascending order, we want it in the descending order. Now you can see the difference. This is your original list, and here you can see that the list has been printed in the descending order. I hope this is clear how to print the list in the descending order. Okay, now next thing is we can even change the order of or the sequence or arrange the list sequence series in the form of a indexes also. Means with respect to index also we can do the sorting. Previously we have used function sort values. Values means we wanted to change the we wanted to arrange in the with respect to the value part. Now with respect to the index part, if you wanted to do, so that is also allowed. Simply what you have to do, same thing, only you have to change the function, that is index. Okay, ascending is false, it means we want in the descending order. So simply we will check this, that how it is going to work. You can see over here, don't go for the value, only see the index part. Now if you will see the index part, it is 543210. Okay, by default it was 0 to 5 now, but we said that we want in this manner, so it has changed to this. If we are having some random indexes, we are taking some random index so that it will be clear to us. Okay, random index means, suppose here I am taking the index value also. Index is equal to,
मैम इसका क्या था वो आउटपुट?
इसका
मैम जो आपने भी ये सॉर्ट वाला किया था ना,
क्या है ना, 543210, 543210, and you can see information is as it is, but with respect to indexes it has arranged. ठीक है, indexes में देखो आप. Okay, now see, suppose if I am giving any random index, for example, random index means H E L, again I'm not I'm repeating that one index, no problem. Hello, how many characters are there? 3 and 3 is 6. 5 I have used, space I am using here. Okay, now we will check the same thing again, that how it is working. Okay, now I will check that how.
मैम स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट
लगा दिया ना, लगा दिया ना. Now how is it working? First of all, anyone, anything, any idea?
Descending.
Descending, लेकिन with what respect? It is not like कि I have given
Index.
hello. हाँ, alphabetically instead of index. No, alphabetically indexes are arranged. It means alphabetically we know which character will come in the last. Okay, so O will come in the last, so you can see over here that O it has shown to you. Then double L, then I, then H, then E. Okay, if you wanted to print it in the descending ascending order, simply remove this. Remove this, and then you can see that it will give us the reverse order of this, or we can say the ascending order. Alphabetically, first E is coming, then H, then I, then L, L, O. So it is on the basis of alphabetical. Is this is clear how the index is working?
Yes ma'am.
Okay.
So मैम 22 पहले क्यों नहीं आया?
कहाँ पे
22
22
ascending था.
बेटा हमें कोई मतलब ही नहीं है ना, अल्फाबेटिकली इंडेक्सेस आर अरेंज्ड. ठीक है, हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है वैल्यू पार्ट में क्या है. पहले भी क्या हुआ था, पहले इट वाज आप ये सारे कैरेक्टर्स देखो ना, ऑल दीज इंडेक्सेस EHILO, इनमें से सबसे पहले क्या आता है? ठीक है,
E.
जैसे E आता है तो इफ यू आर यूजिंग असेंडिंग तो E विल कम फर्स्ट, फिर बाकी सब
Okay,
में से
got
H
it.
आता है अल्फाबेट. ठीक है, सो इन दैट मैनर एक्चुअली इट इज अरेंजिंग, because it is not with respect to the value, it is with respect to the index.
Index.
ठीक है,
Okay,
therefore
ma'am.
the function is index. अगर आपको वैल्यूज के बेसिस पे अरेंज करना है देन यू यूज वैल्यूज फंक्शन, sort underscore values. Now see,
Okay,
two
ma'am.
differences are given in your book. I am writing here only series, difference between series and numpy. Anyone knows what is the difference between series and numpy array? It is given in your book. I am simply reading this first, and if you are having book, page number 26.
Yeah.
First, page number 26. First difference is, in case of ND array, you can perform vectorized operation only if shapes of two ND arrays match. Now see what you have to understand. In both the cases, vector operations are possible. Okay, in both the cases vector operations are possible, but here compulsory thing is shape must be same, and in case of series not compulsory. This is the first difference for the shape. Is this is clear? Means in both the cases vector operations are performed, but here in case of numpy array the shape of two array must be same. Shape means if first array is having 5, so see what we were discussing, the very first difference was that the shape must be same for both, must be same if you want the vector addition, vector operation. Okay, and in series it is not compulsory. Now what is the meaning of this? For example, in numpy array it is compulsory that suppose if my first array is having 5 elements, it is compulsory that the uh, other array must be also having 5 elements, then only we can add, subtract or do any operation. Okay, but when we talk about series, in that particular case, no problem what is the shape of the series. Wherever it is matching, it will give you the answer, and wherever it is not matching or the information is not available, it will replace it by NaN value. Yesterday only we have done this. That suppose if my first series was having 4 elements, second series was having 6 elements, so first 4 were added and for remaining 2 NaN was given. Yes or no?
Ma'am.
Yesterday only we have done this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now the second difference is the indexes are always numeric starting with 0. 0 is the starting for index value in case of
Numpy.
array. Okay, in numpy array it is
Okay.
compulsory that we will always start with the 0 index. We cannot take any index over here, but here is in this particular case we can take any type of index. Any type of index is allowed. Is this is clear that this is the difference? It means even you have seen here only you can see that we were able to use these characters as the index value. Okay, and even there is no sequence. Even they are not arranged in the alphabetical order, but then also it is allowed. So this is what the two differences given between the numpy array and series. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then next function that we are going to use is the reindexing. This is the next thing that we will be discussing, reindexing. Meaning of reindexing is, it means we wanted to change the index. Reindexing. Okay, means if we wanted to change the index. So if we wanted to change the index, suppose this is my series created, I'm printing this series, and then after this, I'm changing the index as obj is equal to, obj is my series dot reindex is the name of the function reindex, and in which I am going to pass the new index. Okay, I am going to pass the new index in the form of a list, something like this. So this is my new index. Now here see, I have to do some changes. For example, I'm writing something like this. WO 1 2 3 4 5 6. We will check whether new characters are allowed or not allowed. This also we are checking. Okay, and then we have to print the list. Save, and then we have to run this. See, it means reindexing, we need same indexes. Same indexes means double L, O, then O, I, and instead of T, what is missing here? E. Okay, understood or not understood?
No, ma'am.
The problem previously? What was the problem previously? Anyone?
मैम पहले के इंडेक्स से दूसरे इंडेक्स में हम चेंज था.
पहले आई हैव रिटन 2 times double L. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी L था, यहाँ पे भी L था. Now if we wanted to reindex it, so it was facing the problem that which one to be removed and which one to be kept. So therefore they have not allowed only. If you are going to use duplicate index in the main indexing, in that particular case you cannot use the reindex function. Okay, we have done so many plus minus, but it was not working. Now what we have done later on, every index we have taken as unique. Now you can change it. Just say for example, first we have taken H, second we have taken L. Okay, now you can see the indexes that it is this one. If I will check this, see, previously H was having 66, E was having 77. And now you can see, and L was having 55. Now you can see that I have changed the sequence. Now first H is coming and then the L is coming. Okay, L, because I have given here the position that after H I want L, then I want Y, then I want O. So you can see then Y is coming and then O is coming, and after that I have written that I want E. So you can see over here, then in the last E is coming. Okay, this is what you're reindexing. Is this is clear? Or still any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
What doubt?
Clear.
Acha, clear. Okay. Now the next thing is, if you wanted to drop anything, drop any index, then in that particular case we will be using drop function. Okay. And in the drop function we are going to actually write that what value I wanted to, or which index I just wanted to remove. For example, I just wanted to remove the index with Y value, suppose. So I will simply write obj.drop Y, and then I will be checking the output. Y will be dropped. Means Y44 was the value, no? You can see over here in the final one, Y44 has been dropped. Okay, one more thing we are checking. Suppose instead of obj1, we are just simply cross checking. If we are implementing it here, then whether it is permanent or no. Okay, we have used this and we are printing. We have to simply check whether it will work or not work. What do you think, it will work or no? See, it is not working. It means after this drop, you have to store it in any of the series. Or you can say if you wanted to make changes in the same series, you write the same series name. Assign it to the same series. Then only you can see the result. For example, now you can see the result. Now you see it has been dropped. Is this clear or still any doubt? I'm repeating this again. Once we have dropped this, then we have to store it somewhere again. If you will not store it at any other place, then in the next place, it will not show you the change. So after dropping, it will return the complete series dropped value. We need to store it. Okay. Everywhere it is not compulsory, but in this particular case, it is compulsory. So you need to store it. Any doubt up to here? Any doubt or no doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then from tomorrow we will be starting with the new topic, that is data frame data structure. We have completed series part. Series was your one dimensional data structure, and now we are going to start with sorry, we are going to start with 2-dimension or 2D data structure, that is your series, data frame. And this is also important. Okay, this is also important. Remember this thing. But this we will start with tomorrow. Till today, you revise series again. And if you have any problem, then you let me know. Clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.